Ladies and gents, what is going on? Happy February. We're about 2 weeks in from Fit for February, so I figured I'd do a little cast, give you an update. Things are going pretty well for me. I gotta tell you though, it's been tough these last 2 weeks. Obviously, Fit for February, no booze, get as many steps as you can. We got a big competition on Facebook. I'll leave the link in the podcast description here so you can take a look at that. There is still time. We got a couple weeks, but it's been wild for me for a lot of different reasons. So I'll get into that in a sec. Before I do, I just wanted to say thanks to Superfat. If you guys don't know, you hear me talk about them. Superfat is the nut butter on steroids. I'm obsessed with this stuff. I've done a lot of recipes and a couple blog posts about it, so you can check those out at berardo.com. And you could see I've made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with Superfat, put them in my smoothies. I baked cookies with them for Christmas. We had some peanut butter nut cookies that were really good. But this isn't just peanut butter. The nut butter is made from macadamia nuts. They have almond butter. They put coconut, MCT oil. There's even one that's coffee plus MCT, which is one of my favorites, especially in the morning. So like when I'm fasting, when I'm doing some intermittent fasting, I'll take that as like a little energy boost, before I go to the gym. And it's great because it gives you good fats. There is good fats and bad fats, believe it or not. Very similar to how like avocados are good for you. These nut butters are great for you because it's not made from peanuts, which I know peanut butter tastes good. I get it. It's the greatest thing in the world, peanut butter and jelly. I understand. But a couple teaspoons of that and you got a problem. It is not that good for you. It's got protein, but those fats are not the good fats that you want. Superfat has the good fats, and it tastes delicious. And it's in like a little pouch too. That's really easy to take. It's TSA approved, so you can bring it anywhere. It's vegan, it's paleo, and it's keto friendly. So take a look. Go to www.superfat. Was that too many W's? www.superfat.com. Use the code Berardo10. You're going to get a discount for trying them out. There's a lot of flavors, so I always recommend using the variety pack just so you get a good feel for what flavor you like. I like them all, so don't ask me. I'm biased, but take a look for yourself. Again, superfat.com. Use the code Berardo10. So thank you, Superfat. Speaking of Superfat, good segue. For Fit for February, I announced this on our Facebook page, but I figured I'm doing a podcast, so I might as well talk about it. We're doing a competition. Second place winner is going to get a Superfat recipe book. Check that out. Yeah, Superfat recipe book. So you can make things like, and if, you're listening to this and not watching on YouTube, I just pointed this at the camera, so you're probably wondering why there was a long pause. But a lot of cool recipes in here, like shredded chicken mole with chocolate almond butter sauce. Whoa. Smoothies. Ooh, macadamia and blueberry muffins. That actually sounds pretty good. So you're going to get a Superfat recipe cookbook, compliments of Superfat. And that's the second place winner for Fit for February. So second place. And you're probably thinking, well, Tony, that's cool, but it's just a recipe book, bro. Where the fuck's the nut butter? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You're also going to get a variety pack of Superfat. That's going to come with 10 pouches, and you're going to get a cookbook. Whoa. That's second place. But Tony, what does first place get? What does a grand prize winner get? I'm glad you asked. You are going to get, my friend, if you get the most steps, if you can go the whole month without drinking booze. Obviously, that's, on our system. We're going to have to trust you. But we're going to accumulate all the points from the steps you got. And if you lose weight or gain weight, there's a whole point system that we put in place on the Facebook page. Again, I'll leave that link in the description below. But the grand prize winner at the end of the month, 29 days. Fuck you, leap year. 29 days, you're going to get an Amazon gift card. Yeah, buddy. 25 fazools right at you. You're welcome, America. So that's exciting. And that $25 you can buy whatever you want, obviously on Amazon. So stay tuned for the winner. Hopefully I can have the winner. Hopefully they're local, or I can have the winner on the podcast. That would be a lot of fun to have them on here, maybe like, second or third week of March, and just get a feel for, how they liked Fit for February and all that jazz. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into today's episode.
You're just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
Come here, though. All right, what's up, guys? So, again, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be a pretty quick episode, I think. But I say that every time, and it's always pretty long. I just like to talk to you guys. What can I say? I love you guys. But I want to give you a quick Fit for February update. But I also wanted to kind of, maybe, I don't know, give a little advice or a little oomph for you guys if you're struggling a little bit getting to the gym. There was a couple things I was thinking about this month in particular, because it's so funny when you don't drink alcohol and when you work out every day or you do something fit like I've been trying to do, and hopefully everybody at the Fit for February group is trying to do, which is really just get focused on your health. And it's really interesting to me when you focus 100% effort every single day on your health. And it doesn't mean going to the gym every day. It just means, watching what you eat, obviously what you're drinking. The whole idea behind Fit for February is in taking less carbs, no junk food, trying to eat less meat, just overall being healthier. And it's so funny when you start to do that stuff, your mind just like, it opens up and you find yourself being a little bit more organized, wanting to do things when you wake up in the morning. For me, it was kind of a shitty day one, because if you guys don't know, so because I work for Monster Energy, I'm the marketing manager for Florida. Day one, February 1st, I actually had an event down in South Beach for the Super Bowl. It was Gronk Beach. It was a great time. The event went incredible. We had a lot of customers and people coming out. But that was day one. So Super Bowl, when I had 4 events down in Miami that I had to do. Super Bowl weekend was pretty tough because everyone's drinking, having a good time, especially at Gronk Beach. That upset me because it was all inclusive, and even though I was working, but afterwards I could have had a good time if I wanted to. But it was tough. So that was the first weekend. So I got past that. I made it. I didn't drink not one sip of alcohol. I was very proud of myself. And then week 2, which was last weekend, I had my buddy, one of my best friends in the world, had a bachelor party / bachelorette party, because him and his fiance did a joint thing, which was, a pretty cool idea. But we went down to Siesta Key. They rented a big Airbnb. It was like a 3-story mansion on the beach. It was gorgeous, really nice. And of course, everyone's, horsing down White Claw and beer and some wine, and everyone's having a great time. And I did not drink. And that was really tough because I was about 20 people in one big ass mansion. I was the only one not drinking, so that was tough. But I made it through. Not one sip of alcohol. Very proud of myself. But then I look around, and maybe I'll throw a little clip in because I took like a little 10-second clip of the wife. We spent all weekend at a bachelor party. And I didn't drink. Fit for February. Babe, she did not follow that. Did you?
No, I want to puke.
Yep, I'm feeling pretty good. Enjoy that shitty hangover.
Cheers.
But then I look around the next day of all these individuals after this incident. And I look and I'm like, my Sunday's going to be fine. Because, we were there all weekend. So I was like, my Sunday's going to be fine. I woke up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, had a nice breakfast. I didn't want to, throw up all over the place. I felt good. No regret. I thought I was going to hate it and not have a good time, but I had a pretty good time. I actually cranked out at that party some of those Heineken 0.0s, so it wasn't too horrible. It tasted like beer. Not as good because it doesn't get you fucked up, but I didn't have any regret. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed waking up on time the next day, and I didn't waste my whole day. And maybe some of you are at that point now where you just don't give a shit and you want to party and have a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think I'm at the point where it seems like if I get hammered and wasted like a Friday or Saturday and my whole Sunday shot, next thing you know, it's Monday, you got to go to work again. So, having a glass of wine or a couple beers here and there is fine, but it's like, eventually when does it come to a point where, okay, I kind of enjoy my weekends and I don't want to be horsing down Pedialyte, for 24 hours straight trying to cure this hangover. You want to enjoy your Sunday, maybe you want to go out and do something outside. Maybe you want to, go see a movie, or you want to go on a date night, or you want to hang out with your family, or, but if you're too fucked up and you're too hungover, you just waste that whole day. So now you have to sacrifice weekdays to do stuff on your own. It's just, it really opens up your mind, and that's kind of my whole point. Is it opens up your mind when you don't drink a lot, to where you can, put things in there that are good. I'm a strong believer of mind bandwidth, meaning, what you put in your mind is very important, obviously, but I think, and I don't think there's been enough studies on the brain, but just because it's hard to do, but if I could put a number on it, let's say you can only hold 100% of stuff in your brain, right? Like memory, almost like a computer. If you only have that 100% to put in there, but 70% is just a bunch of bullshit, you only have 30% left. What are you filling your mind with? You know what I mean? Like, what's your bandwidth? What does that look like? Are you worrying about hanging out with friends that aren't necessarily good for you, and you're trying to revolve your life around that? Like, you're spending your bandwidth, the amount of time that your brain spends on those individuals, those bad influenced individuals. Is that what you're doing? I don't know. Is that the best way to spend your time? I don't know. That's up to you to decide, but I just know every time I go completely clear from booze, you definitely feel a lot better. Now, don't get me wrong. March 1st, I'm going to get shit-housed. Maybe. I don't know. I might not. We'll see. It is kind of interesting. I recommend you just do it for a couple weeks. Try it out. It's pretty wild. But I wanted to give you an update, not just on the Fit for February aspect. That's been good. But also kind of some tips for working out. If you're having trouble working out or actually physically going to the gym, there's one thing I was thinking as I was working out every single day. I was like, what is there something that I have to have with me? And this sounds kind of stupid, but if you're having trouble going to the gym, go out and buy some new gear. Ever since I bought, well, I didn't buy, but technically I did. My wife got me stuff for Christmas, but it's our account, so technically I bought it too. But she did something that I've always wanted, which is the new Project Rock gear. And just getting that gear, and I've gotten a lot of shirts, and like I got the sweater that I wear all the time now, which I love, and shorts and shoes, and just getting that gear or any type of new gear, it just gets you motivated to go to the gym. For girls, maybe it's a couple pair of leggings that get you excited. Little things like that make a big difference. And even headphones. I went from having the wired headphones, but they're Bluetooth still, but the ones that go around your neck. I went from that to now these wireless individual buds, almost like AirPods, but they're skull candies. And using those, my workouts, no joke, have increased like 15 to 20 minutes just because it's a little bit less uncomfortable when you work out. Sometimes, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but when you have things that, whether it's wired headphones or maybe your headphones die or you don't charge them or, whatever the case is. Another big one is like having a good playlist. When you don't have those things, it really postpones your workout. I also silence my cell phone so that way I don't accept talk calls or text messages. I have two phones, so I'm lucky. One phone has social media stuff, the other one doesn't. So I take the phone that actually has no apps for social media. That way I'm not focused on that when I'm at the gym. Obviously, you can't do that if you don't have two phones, but a good idea might actually be to, when you have these, Bluetooth headphones in, you don't necessarily need to do anything else, right? Because I also have an Apple Watch, so you can adjust everything from there. But typically with, the headsets, you can actually change tracks and volume from that. So you don't really need your phone. So a good rule of thumb would be put that bitch on silent, throw it in your pocket, don't touch it. Don't look at texts, don't look at Instagram, because then you forget the reason why you're there. It's very similar to like, if you work, right? If you work, you don't want to be on your personal phone making personal phone calls, unless you have the type of job where you can do that. But, typically, because once you do that, then you're kind of stuck in this black hole of doing shit that you're not really supposed to. I look at the gym the same way. I take the gym very seriously. Like, I even ran into a buddy at the gym earlier today when I went to the gym this morning. And I said, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? And I could tell he wanted to catch up. Dude, that's not why I'm here. Sorry, bud, but that's not why we're here. So doing everything you can to block off distractions. I think that's another thing. So buying new gear, spending 20, 30, 40 bucks, whatever. It's an investment into your body. It's like a multivitamin, in my opinion. Buy new gear. And then the next thing is close off distractions. So silence that bitch. silence that cell phone. Don't go on social media. I even go as far as, because if you follow me, the Berardo, on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, you see me post stuff at the gym. But what you might not know is I actually just videotape it. So I don't post it at the gym. I usually videotape it and then I post it when I'm in the car. The reason I do that is very simple because, and you guys probably know this too, because if I do this, well, if you're not watching me on YouTube, you don't know what I'm doing. But if I'm posting something, I have to do a quick little boomerang or something like that. And I do that. Next thing you know, you post it. And then what happens? You fucking go right into Instagram and you start going down, double tapping like crazy, right? Checking out what your buddies are doing, checking out stories. And then boom, 20 minutes later, now you're in this Instagram rabbit hole. So I try not to post it while I'm at the gym. If you want to do a video, you want to do a picture, take the picture in the mirror, whatever, give yourself a little bathroom selfie, that's fine, but try not to post it. That's one thing I noticed. The next thing is changing it up. I always change up my workouts. I've talked about that on podcasts many times, but changing up the days. So like if you're never a Monday guy or girl and you don't like to necessarily work out, try on a Monday once. Just switch it up a little bit because, maybe sometimes Monday it's less busy at the gym. Maybe it's more busy. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you do like it. But if you just change it up and you get your body out of the routine of the things you always do, it might get you a little bit more excited. So changing up your days and changing up your workouts. The reason I love ClassPass, which I've, again, talked about that on the podcast as well, it's pretty cool. I haven't done it as much as I want to just because I've been hitting the gym a lot, just trying to get my steps in. And I hate to say this, but some of the ClassPass stuff like, the yogas and things like that, I just don't, for Fit for February, I don't get credit for that because we base a lot of stuff off steps. So I haven't done it this month as much as I want to. But I used to do boxing a lot. But ClassPass is cool, man. It's like $60 or $70 a month. But you could do yoga, there's cycling, there's UFit. There's other gyms on there, local gyms, not those big conglomerates, but the CrossFit gyms and all that stuff's on ClassPass. And for that amount of money per month, whatever it is, $70 a month, you can go unlimited times. Like you get a certain amount of credits and you can use those credit towards it. Like $1 is yoga, quote unquote, a credit, right? 1 credit is yoga. And I just recommend you check it out because if you don't know what to do from a gym perspective, this is a great way to kind of dip your toe in the pool and try out some different things. I know the wife has done like bar classes. Even tonight, she's at this hip hop class course that she likes to take every week. It's better than going to the gym. If you're not a gym rat, like me, I just like the weights and stuff. But if you're not into that, nothing wrong with that. ClassPass lets you kind of try a little bit of everything. So again, check that out. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can take a look at that, see if you want to try it. And the next thing, if you're not going to work out as much, if you're trying to get motivated to work out, maybe your New Year's resolution isn't going the best way you want it to. Another good way is that I noticed is cut out the people that are bad influences. And I don't just mean in person. So in person, obviously that's a big deal, right? You want to cut out the individuals that don't necessarily take care of themselves. The guys and gals that go out every single night and get shithoused. And they might be 20-something years old and you're in your 30s. Maybe you don't want to do that, but you don't have the heart to tell them, fuck off. Just remember, they're only worrying about themselves. That's why they want to go out and party and have a good time and get shithoused every single night. They're worried about themselves. So why are you worried about what they think? You got to worry about what you want. And hey, if you just want to go out every night and get hammered, again, nothing wrong with that. That's totally cool. Do you for as long as you can, but there will come a point in your life to where you physically won't be able to do that anymore. So the question is how far down the rabbit hole do you want to be in before that happens? That's always been my biggest concern. I had my 20s. I had a great time in my 20s. I partied a lot. I wasted a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of girlfriends, a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friendships over the amount of times I've partied and the things that I've done. I just wish I kind of understood what I would have to do to get back to, a respectable life. And I wasted a lot of my younger years doing it. So it's weird for me to see people kind of go down that same path. probably very similar to how your parents tell you not to do something and you choose to do it anyway. You're going to have to go do your own thing and go down your own path. But I'm here to tell you that start taking care of your body now, and not just the gym, but just take care of yourself and surround yourself with people that like to take care of themselves as well, mentally and physically. A person that reads a book is most likely a lot more beneficial to your life if you hang out with that person versus someone that likes to take shots to the face every night. Just typically from experience, I don't know if that's true. There's no science behind that, but I think you're going to learn more for someone that likes to read a book every now and again versus someone who likes to go to the bar every now and again. So it's just something to think about, but think about who you hang out with a lot more. That's one thing I'm really identifying a lot more as I'm not going out and drinking, because you start to understand who you really hang out with and who you talk to. So that's pretty interesting. But I don't just mean in person now, right? I also mean on social media, because that's a big part of all of our lives. Instagram, Facebook. One thing I did that I really enjoyed, like second week, because again, I'm not going out drinking, right, with my friends, because it's Fit for February. So I'm fucking just stuck on my phone, like, miserable and looking at everybody having a good time drinking. But there was a lot of positives that came from it. And a big one that I noticed that I didn't expect is I unfollowed a lot of people and I deleted a lot of contacts in my phone. Now, why is that beneficial? Well, two things. One, it keeps me organized. So like on my contacts, obviously if you have memory on your phone, clears up your memory. So that's kind of a plus. But also too, if you don't have it, you don't need it, right? It's almost like with that show Hoarders. You see all that bullshit people don't use. Well, that is just clutter. It's gross. It's just, it gives you that kind of that ooey feeling, right? Well, your phone's the same way, and your followers and your feed are the same way. So when you scroll through Instagram and you see all those followers that are pointless to your life, whatever that is, I hate to use the example of drinking a lot, but if it's the person that parties and does shots off girls' bellies, right? Like if that person, how is that impacting your life? Seeing that person, does that really benefit your day? Seeing what they post, does that benefit your day? Does that get you excited? Does that motivate you? If it does, keep it on there. You look at a guy like Gary Vee or Tony Robbins or someone motivational. The Rock is a great example. He's super fucking motivational. Kevin Hart, he's funny. Watching those little videos and watching their posts and reading that stuff that they're doing because they're successful, that's something you want to be a part of. That's something you want to have on your feed. And again, that's just examples that I like to have those guys on my feed. You get what I'm saying. So you just got to find those individuals in your feed. They don't have to be celebrities or popular, but maybe it's friends or family of yours. You got to find those people in your feed that motivate you, that are good for your life, because it is a toxic garbage dump of bullshit sometimes when you go through that news feed and there's just a bunch of shit that you look at it and it makes you angry. You're like, oh, this motherfucker. I can't believe you posted that. Oh, let me just say something mean. Politics, religion, this, that. Like you're just all, but what does that do for you? It just gets you, upset and weird. And the next thing you know, you look at that and then boom, you're driving your car and you get pissed off at some dude when he's driving. And now you're on the way to work. So you got super negative from your phone. You got super negative from the car ride, but that's because you were negative from what you saw on your phone. And then by the time you show up to work, you're not productive at work because you're all pissed off about what happened to you. So it's all connected, man. You gotta keep yourself motivated and you gotta keep yourself positive every single day, because everything you do on a daily basis is gonna affect other people, whether that's friends, family, or your work. If you want a good quality life, and if you really want to take advantage of this life, you don't just have to keep yourself positive. I strongly believe that us as humans, it's our responsibility to motivate each other. That is how the human race will continue to thrive and grow and innovate. And if we're just spending our time just dealing with a bunch of bullshit on a daily basis, and we're negging each other out and we're upsetting each other, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to be happy. We're not going to enjoy this life. You only get one life. It could last you 20 years or it could last you 100 years. You don't know. So why do you want to be pissed off every day? Spend time every single day trying to be happy, trying to motivate each other. And the only way to do that is to be around people that make you happy and motivate each other. Don't spend time with the jabronis. It's the best way to put it. Don't spend time with jabronis. I don't know. That's all I got for you guys today. I just kind of wanted to give you a quick update on Fit for Feb. Thank you all for participating, and thank you all for sticking with me. I'll leave the Facebook group chat for Fit for February in the link below, as well as the link for ClassPass. So if you want to try ClassPass out, like I said, there's a nice little discount on there for you, so you can give them a shot. But just get out there. Let's try to be fit. Let's try to be healthy. Let's have fun and stay positive. All right, guys. Peace.